cemetery gate has been closed for a long time now, and almost no one remembers this place, where our wonderful friend fell asleep forever. He always helped us, always gave us good advice. The Welder's sudden attack gives him peace, and let this be a warning to all of you. Yeah. How easy it is to rob a person of hope. The boy had a very simple way of life. He regularly burned all the bridges behind him, connecting his life with our world. So don't ever try to say he was crazy, because he was fucking normal. But he had problems that we sometimes can't cope with. He was constantly fighting for something, for an ideal, of course. He thought like us and never lost hope. Yeah, that good things in the world can still be saved. You just have to control them yourself. The first nail in the coffin was driven in by his girlfriend, when one day she unexpectedly announced, "You know how different characters are. I have to start building a career." He listened to her carefully, his face set in stone. When she left the apartment, he cried twice. He wondered about the meaning of his existence. Some beautiful dreams went with her. They took away his son, the fucking sun. So joyful and so hot, they took away his son and met the night. Well, answer me, tell me, why the fuck? They took away his freedom and trust. They hooked him up to something and brainwashed him. When he finally got his act together, he fell into another mess, from which it's very difficult to get out. Yeah. His parents didn't care about him at all, and they treated him like air all the time. After all, they had a lovely daughter who resembled a gentle lamb. I remember one time he complained terribly that there was no life left in him, that he'd burned out. Developing awareness is him. It excited him, it gave him energy and fueled him. He could work his ass off non-stop for 2 weeks, and after a meeting like that, he looked terrible. He had problems with focus and stretch marks on his face. Even his parents noticed the weight loss, and then his friend of mine also noticed the changes when he saw his tongue. The smile disappeared. We wanted to talk to him, so he told us to piss off. He only calmed down when we started burning him. He started crying and repeating that he didn't know what was happening, that something or someone was taking away his hope. His father kicked him out of the apartment a week ago, and his mother was going from hospital to hospital. I wanted to know what he was talking about. But the acid was already starting to get to him. I smiled at him and looked into his eyes. His pupils had already gathered their full strength. I calmly said, "Do you remember what you fought for, what you loved deeply, what you hated?" He looked at me with that distant look. He smiled cynically and said, "A little love and hate are the children of slavery, brought into the world for better control over people who must be divided, because without them the world will become too great." He stood up and left without saying goodbye. A month later, we were already listening to the sermon. It was a small funeral for a great man who was constantly waiting for something. He believed in goodness and fought for change, yet he himself was constantly betrayed by his loved ones. He helped others overcome suffering, and he himself was losing in a hope that the people he loved so deeply would return to him. And it was because of them that his nose was bleeding. Before his death he wrote, "Was it my fault that the show was starting so early? They took away my son, the fucking sun." So joyful and so hot, 1997, sudden Welder attack. He knew exactly what that name meant, especially about him, and especially for him. We will never forget you, my friend. Death at such a young age is a fucking warning for those who often fuck up their dreams, mixed with colors and thrown in rhythms. Energy doesn't go hand in hand with trip. Every dream has a different effect. So not everything at once, because something will definitely happen. He knew this and did it on purpose. And you don't want to die, so do it normally. Sudden Welder attack is divided on this issue. There are calm discussions and heated arguments. Half of them are bullshitters, half of them hate. So at least we know what the fuck we're talking about. There are so many cemeteries in Poland that it hurts. So think carefully if this is what you're after. Peace.